I don't want to do what everyone else is doing. I don't want to make the same clothes. I don't want to, think about the same concepts. What's the point?
Hi, this is Ashley.
And I'm Gaylord.
And this is Hip Hop and Beyond.
I'm here today with the young stylist named Gaylord from Donaldsonville. We have some questions for him here today.
So how in the world did you get involved in the fashion industry?
Okay, it was an accident actually. I came here at first, thinking I was getting into law and then interior design, and found out they didn't have the interior design program here. So I was like, okay,
And by here you mean Southern
University. So I came into the fashion industry and then found out I was actually good at it, and began to take my classes and study and find out new things about myself that I didn't know, such as certain things I can't wear, certain things I can wear, all the way down to facial structure and hair and things like that. So I began to do more studying and taking the classes, and the challenge was actually sewing at first. I couldn't tell you how to turn a machine on. So I couldn't turn the machine on, I couldn't thread the machine, but I actually learned within 3 months how to make my first piece of clothing, which was actually the biggest accomplishment, because I was like, okay, I don't even know, I can't tell you what to do with a sewing machine. And now, it goes from that, and 3 months later, I'm working on my first piece of clothing. So that's how I began to really tap into, and I took that when I left from school and took it back home. And I began to style people back home, and also style people, within my dorm rooms. I'm getting people knocking on my doors, and I need to wear something nice for class tomorrow.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, let's go to your closet, and I do color analysis where you match the warms and cools to the skin to see what colors are for them and what colors are for them. So I did that. And
I know a little bit about that from makeup, Yeah. You do a lot of that in cosmetics.
Yes.
Too.
So what I did was, once I started matching colors, I was like, okay, this is what you need to wear. You need to throw this away or give it away to someone else because it doesn't fit you. So I began to pull things out of the closets and just styling them. And one of my friends, who is like my brother now, and I styled him, and he was like, okay, I need to get into this. So, now I brought him in, and now he's into fashion. Another friend of mine, he was this boring gray, blue, black type person, and I was like, okay, we have to pull you out of this because you look good in color. So I want you to understand what it is. And he was in this box, and he was like, I don't know, So I began to, just add colors to him. I was like, just go walk outside around campus and tell me how many people actually look at you and compliment you as the color. So he did it, and next thing you know, he's calling me, man, I got all these colors in my closet, and this is me. I love it. So I get tired of being calling sometimes because, it's all day thing now. So it's great to actually tap into it now. Because at first I knew nothing about it, and it felt real good to tap into it because I knew nothing about it at home. Nothing. I couldn't tell you who was Vera Wayne. I couldn't tell you who was whatever. All I knew is I like nice clothes. That was it. And then going into it, I said, okay, I need to start looking at these people. I need to start understanding what it is, what fashion is, because it's something that changes every day. Something that changes every year. It can even repeat or start anew. So, that's one thing that I begin to understand. So it's like now I'm looking at it, okay, let's move to this one. And that's how I really got into it.
Are there any fashion designers out there right now that inspire you or motivate you?
Yeah, I would have to say Todd Snyder. He did a show in New York, and his show was literally full to capacity. They started putting people out because it was just too many people in there. He has a great men's collection. He's an alum from the school that I'm going to now, which is Iowa State University. He's an alum there, and he comes every year, just to look at the fashion shows that they do there in spring because they have fashion week. And he really focuses on who can I pull next to work with me, who can I make the next big thing, who can get on board with me.
What type of pieces that you typically design?
It's really, strong. I want to say strong business suits. It's not your usual box fit. It's really fit to you, and seeing that someone coming out of a university and next thing he's the hottest thing. When it comes to suits, it's very inspiring. knowing that he's coming from the place that I'm going is even more inspiring. So I would have to say he is one of, my inspiration. One.
Are you specifically fashion design, or would you consider yourself an artsy person?
I can go now. I would consider myself both, because I was artsy first. I was always into things like, painting. I'm not a Picasso, nowhere near Picasso at all. I can splat, do some lines, but I love painting. I love cooking, working with presentations, and then I took all of that and I was like, okay, these things can be incorporated into fashion. So, after studying fashion, I was like, it's not just about clothes all the time. Sometimes you can cook, and what you learn from your fashion class, you can incorporate into something like a cake or something like, your 5 courses of meals. Those elements can be brought on over too. But coming into the fashion aspect of clothing, I want to say sewing became something that I'm really drawn to have a passion for because it's calming. It's very calming. It's just like me in the sewing machine, me creating my work, me creating art.
And you hear a lot of people say that about crocheting and
Yes.
stitching.
I am not a crochet person. That is not my thing. You can put me on a sewing machine and I can do that. I'll do repairs. I'll do little tailoring here and there. I just like that. So I'm really just testing my hand at all the aspects. I think crochet is something I'm going to stay away from. I just don't like it. But I would say sewing on the machine is something that it just keeps me calm because just knowing that this is something that I'm creating, this is something that's eventually going to go to clients, and I'm hoping to bring it further abroad, to seeing it on television, to see it in concerts, to see it on runways. That's really, why sewing is becoming my first love.
It's not just
and it's just
your product
it's
either.
not.
You,
Yeah,
as a person,
you.
yeah, it's like entertainment.
Yes, and it's either you have it or you don't. It's like an artist, either you have what the people want or you don't. So if you don't have it, you're not gonna make it. So yeah, and it's not something that's easy.
I'm sure it's like a bottleneck too.
Yeah.
A bunch of people trying to get in.
It's
It's a narrow space where everybody's
it's about
trying to
30
get in.
people here now that's trying to get in, and it's like, okay, I'm just gonna sit back and wait. I'll let you.
Did you answer about it like, are you going to go to a fashion school after this? After
Iowa
this
State.
stuff?
That's Iowa State.
Iowa State
Yeah.
fashion school. Did you say that a question before? Okay, good. That would be a nice question to ask. I didn't know you were going to go to New York or somewhere like that.
Eventually.
It's like a fashion capital.
We can twist that question into something more goal oriented. The whole school thing. I actually want to open my whole school. Years from now, once I've reached that.
I think I was going to ask what's your future plans. Like, how
Okay,
do
cool.
you plan on going with this in the future?
I'm curious. And they look exactly the same by different people. So it's like, hey, if you like him, you might want to check her out too. And it kind of sort of strikes a fear into people that's trying to be different, because if you're that person, you don't really care to fit in, which is me. I don't like to make the same things that everyone else is creating. I'm more of, let me test my hand. Either you like it or you don't. Someone else will. That's how I am. I won't stop what I'm doing, because it's always that person that wants to jump out and take that risk that's going to eventually make it. You can't, break away from who you really are because everyone's doing the same thing, but everyone's becoming successful by being the same thing. It's like sitting in a gray area. Everyone's wearing gray and you walk in red. Everyone looks at you.
Yeah.
There's a reason why you're looking at me. Because I'm different. I'm not meant to fit in. If I was meant to fit in, then God would give me the same, brain as you. We would have the same thoughts all the time. I don't have that. I'm looking at a lot of things around here where people are creating kind of sort of the same thing. They're in the same industry. It's like, oh, I want to do this, but so and so's doing it too. So I'm going to link up with you so we can make the same product. I don't want to do that. I don't want to link up just to be mediocre. I want to link up with someone that's going to take me far beyond what I think I can do. And that's why, I'm really sitting down studying and taking my time and falling back for.
So the sky is the limit.
Yeah, to me, people say the sky's the limit, but I always say that's a lie. I always say that's a lie. There's so much beyond the sky. There's the whole galaxy,
I didn't even think about
so
that.
it's
The
like,
universe is the
yeah,
limit.
the universe is the limit. You can, I don't like to sing, but look at Beyonce. This girl started from Houston. Little girl from Houston, and now
Average,
she's
educated.
average girl, and now
You don't look that
she's.
great to me. I mean, she's pretty. She's not all that. No, not to me.
I love her. I follow her since she's been